already finished. Hello? Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to inform you that the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda is here with us, has arrived to grace the National Science Week. The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation has received her, and she's making her way to the main reception area. Your Excellency, you're welcome to the National Science Week 2022.
Occupations, yes, we assess, we certify on individual, looking at individuals who have skills and competent in different areas. Now we are now into the lower secondary curriculum, where most of the students are expected to come out of senior 4 with at least a skill and a competence, and also the certificate. These skills help them to face the world of work. Most especially, we have had different students dropping out of school, but they come out without any skill, and they end up being street children. They end up being they are not even employed. So whenever one has a skill, either in a vocational, whenever they are assessed and they are assessed by DIT and certified, they're able to go out in the world of work and do can even be they employ others. They also have skills that can push them. Thank you.
Okay, the East African Science and Technology Commission, we are an EAC institution responsible for coordinating and promoting the development of science and technology in the region. So STI is one of the key factors that can lead to the industrial development and the socio-economic development. So our role is to encourage coordination in the research, especially by creating policies that can harmonize across the region. So that what is being done in Uganda is in harmony with what is being done in other countries. So that we can increase the marketability. Like if we manufacture something in Uganda, you can sell it across the region. So our purpose is to make sure that everything we are doing is being coordinated across the region. Okay. Yes, yes.
Your Excellency, maybe to summarize the whole tent, this is support services for science, technology, and innovation. So what the innovators do, they send to either URSB, URI, so that they are support what this ends about. Their support services to make sure that our innovations move from lab to the market. The incubators, regulators, we have registration of patents, so all this is support services for the sciences. So,
vaccines, the work ongoing. We've done what we call preclinical trials, and this is Cora still working with them. That's the PI, Dr. Eno Matungu, the principal investigator. They passed very well here looking at safety and then the immunogenicity. We remember the PCR rapids for testing COVID, which were 400,000, 500,000, now at just about 70,000, 80, you're able to have your test. All fully funded by the government of Uganda. We have another PI for another second vaccine, COVID-19. We are getting into animal trials, and after there we can get into the humans and now get onto the market. Another very interesting project here from Joint Clinical Research Center. They are working on another kit, rapid testing kit for COVID and other diseases, funded by the government of Uganda. Another vaccine, the inactivated COVID-19 vaccine, also getting into the preclinical, into the animal studies. After there, into the humans testing and onto the market. Uganda had never had this, but we've built a backbone. We are even able to test Ebola and test Rift Valley fever
and all the others.
Makerere doing a great job
in artificial intelligence, where we are able to work out most of these things, and then we are able to use ICT to work through the medical field. You're welcome. Thank you. And right here, this is a centrifuge done in our very own country. On the market, it's about 3-4 million, but done here, it's going to be at about 400,000. Done by our very own scientists here, great team there. And we have a team teaching. We have teaching aids in most of our universities, schools, technical institutes are very, very hard to find, but they have devised means to teach. How do you deliver? We have challenges of neonatal mortality, and this is because, yes. On ward, yes. Yes. So in the event we have a premature, from there, we bring it. We want to introduce to you, Your Excellency, the world's largest baby incubator. It won the world's record. The one that won is actually already at the referral hospital in Kawempe, winning 194 countries by this gentleman. This is Byayesu Okelo and Mr. Twaha and their coordinator, Mr. Stephen. They did not go to university, they did not finish secondary school, but here we are winning in, thank you, made in Uganda. Yes, they took 1.5 years working on it with their hands. Yes. They work from a garage in Tinda. In a garage. Yeah. So, exactly. Here, looking at the challenge of disease that we have, decontaminating masks, so we are able to reuse them and they are safe. Done in Uganda, we are still going through the processes of cleaning up, but yes, this shows you industrially, yes. Talking epidemics, lockdowns in the event that we have to, but with e-health, we are able to achieve medication, even right in the communities where our people should have been dying. Frontline now comes in to help and support that, yes. Thank you. Mobile clinics, yes. And from Makerere University still, the hand washing. Now, this particular one actually recycles water. It is safe, thus saving water. And it's portable, so you can have it in any environment. Even at a function such as this, where you can't access a tap easily, this is there, water is recycled. Yes. And this is the MRI. It tests and it's able to scan the brain, and it's done here in the country. They are from Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Yes. Exactly.
I want to, yes, in about 3 years, we're going to start selling this to hospitals in Uganda.
Yes.
We want to test this device in Care Hospital and also Mbarara Referral Hospital next year.
So like you see, Your Excellency, most of this not yet on mass production, and this is how science comes in. Neonatal warmer, we've been talking about the babies, but the transportation also has many of our babies killed. So they are working on a device that is able to give safe transportation. It's clean, but also it gives the humidity to the baby, the temperature that is required. Oh, talking about cancer, we have this Ganoderma mushroom that scientists is seeing. We are getting into the trials, like we showed you earlier there, to see how effective, how safe. But they've already we already have evidence of patients that have got healed and cured of cancer. But it also helps with HIV, and science technology comes to provide that standardization. You're welcome. Farm BioTrack, Mbarara University, we are working with universities around. They are working on a number of products, like you can see them. So our next levels is going into clinical trials for most of these to standardize. We are no longer just herbalists, but we are getting standardized. The anti-tick vaccine, yes, we have that problem. It's economical. It is also killing our animals on the farms. We are getting into clinical trials later this year at Ngoma, and the team has already, and then a factory at Alphasan has already been set up and getting ready to start production for the clinical trials. Thank you, Government of Uganda. Oh, yes. Yes. So so for our animal section, again, we have a team working on sugarcane and using the dry molasses to support growth of the animals. So working with them here, they've even worked on ORS for the animals, and yes, animal feed. Yes.
Do cows also eat that?
Cows eat. The cow is here, and the pig and the goat. So you're very welcome, Your Excellency, and distinguished guests. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. We shall. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Your Excellency. We start with UNRWA. Okay. Your Excellency, this is UNRWA. They have come here to display their capabilities and their plans for 2040.
Our challenge. What are you doing? That's our challenge.
So they are easing communication in the urban centers. That's their plan for the Kampala Central Corridor to decongest. They have brought equipment for testing road conditions. So we now know the quality of our roads and their state. Our special message to you is the maintenance of the roads needs to be strengthened so that what we have been able to achieve does not deteriorate. And the budget of maintenance is much lower than the cost of replacing the roads. We have a very short window of time. Our roads degrade in 3 years. So if we don't maintain them adequately, we would need to be spending lots of money to rebuild them. We have...
I wanted to ask, what is here? Is this a wetland?
These are... Let's see... No.
This is the clock tower and that is the Zambia. So it's that part.
Yes. Behind here... Yes. Your Excellency, here, when you're going to...
This is a flyover of the...
I beg your pardon? Is this? No, this is Kitugum. This is Kitugum Road, Kitugum Junction, Kitugum House. Yeah, this is the Electoral Commission. This is the standard gauge railway crossing. That is 6th, 7th, and 8th Street. And this is Kampala Road, Ginger Road. Parliament is around here. This is National Theatre. Yeah, so the project comes all the way from the other side. Phase 1 ends around here. It should be complete by March next year. And then phase 2 will be the bigger one. Yes, this with the Japanese. This also with the Japanese, but not yet finalized.
Your Excellency, behind here.
When are you completing this road?
They have modeled some of the expressways they are going to make for us.
Which year are you promising this? What is this projection? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? The traffic flow.
If all goes well by July next year.
Your Excellency, outside there, that special vehicle now tells us the condition of our roads, and it can predict when we need to do adequate maintenance in order to conserve the roads and lower the cost of maintenance, overall maintenance. It predicts the state of the road and tells you what you need to do in time, not to lose. Your Excellency, this special tool here, now this is a drone that surveys in the air and gives you this kind of information. It reduces the time that you need. You don't now need to move on the ground to get this information. Yes, yes.
Yeah, the image is quite clear, although its intention is not for road condition. Its usage is for aerial surveying, where you take 20 men and women to go and survey a piece of land. It can do that in an hour with just 2 people, and you get the same results. Yeah.
Okay. Your Excellency, this is space science. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, thank you. Yes, so this is to show a number of aerial platforms that we have, drones, and of course we could not have a satellite prototype here. And to show the applications we can use for agriculture and other benefits. Yes, if you will allow me, my colleague here is in the private sector, and she does drones for agriculture. And
Your Excellency, you are welcome to a showcase of how you can use actually a satellite, how you can use satellite information. I was telling my peers that when we celebrated the launching, we forgot to ask what is the benefit. So the benefit is down to earth. First, from that ecosystem where the data comes down, for us as analysts, we can use that data to interpret the information and analyze what is threatening resources, but also we can work out opportunities. So what we have here running is application to agriculture, but we also have developed a special tool to analyze wetlands to see which parts of the wetlands are vulnerable. On agriculture, we have developed a system to digitize agricultural farms, so we can map at farm level. We can give information at farm level and come up with information that is talking about the farm itself, about the crops, the condition of the crop, and we call those dossiers that help the farmer to have traceability, that you can trace the farmer, you can trace his products, you can trace the inputs. You can know that this product comes from a place in Mbale and it is characterized by certain inputs. Digitalization of agriculture is going to be very, very important when we look at the parish development model and when we start to help farmers and other land users to have information, and we call that information for decision making and planning. Your Excellency, we have a few things to provide. Please. Yes, please. So you can learn more about the application of the space science to the local person and decision makers and managers. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency, civil aviation predicts that the number of Ugandans and other people moving through Entebbe is going to grow over time. So they have planned to expand our cargo handling and passenger handling capacity. And they are here to show us their plans. Yes, please turn it around.
When the Prime Minister was here, she was like, this is a small, do you have plans to expand the airport?
No, we have a 20-year master plan, phase 1, which is expected to be completed next year, was involving expansion of the departure facility. So already plans to expand the terminal building to where the cargo center used to be are already underway, and in fact they are already constructing the foundation. So the airport is still expanding. Yes.
Also, you've gotten some land from what used to be part of agriculture. You remind Cabinet we took a decision. This airport is too small for the future, but there is fortunately some land, adequate land that will be enough for expansion, and agriculture used to hold some.
Your Excellency, we continue upwards. Sorry. Your Excellency, we have a directive to implement the iron ore industry. These are our minerals. These are all Ugandan minerals. This is our famous copper from Kilembe, which is about 1.7%. But our iron ore from Kabale is 67%. Now we need to get it out of the ground. These people know where it is, and we need to give them priority in identifying the quantities so that we can develop economical mines. So here they are showing our variety of minerals. So this is what they use for drilling. They need to drill about 400 meters underground and get these cores and test these cores to see the distribution of minerals in the ground. So next, we have the Department of Minerals, of Mining. Sorry. This is the Department of Mining. What is new here is that the new law on mining gives government an opportunity to set up mining industries so that we don't depend on only private investors and foreigners developing our mines. We need to build capacity now to set up these mines. And we have put our mining engineers in collaboration with the Works Ministry to see that we can quickly develop capacity to do this. Yes. Your Excellency, our Minister of Works, in addition to supporting and collaborating with the sister departments, they also have a directive to use our stones to reduce the cost of building roads. You can see here, this is a very famous road building technology from Europe. It lasts for so long, and we have a lot of rocks. So they have a project where they are going to try this technology in the country. Yes. Yes. So this picture is taken in Uganda? Okay. So yes. We are told that when they did the... Yes. We are told that after After Karuma, the amount of rocks they have, they are going to use it. Your Excellency, these developments require training Ugandans. This is our flagship project. They plan to train 1,200 Ugandan youths to upgrade their technical skills every year. They have a variety of skills from engineering, motor vehicle, all the kinds of skills that we see distributed in and we are upgrading them. All the new technology, they are getting the tools to maintain it. Your Excellency, this is another flagship project for the country, the SGR. They have come here and we are discussing about their steel requirement. We are learning more about what we need to do in order to elevate the quality of our steel industry to be able to contribute to our infrastructure development. Yes. On this side, Your Excellency, Your Excellency, on this side is Gulu University. They are showing us their precision irrigation technology. He's a doctor in science, Gulu University. This technology here helps us to be able to raise our crops in dry conditions using little amounts of water. They have a computerized system of controlling the soil moisture so that they use the least amount of water. This is a very famous technology around the world. Yes, this is now in Uganda, Your Excellency. Yes, yes. So it tests the moisture.
You can even put fertilizer in that water.
Exactly, exactly. And we want them to commercialize it so that Ugandans have this technology built in Uganda. You've heard the Honorable, the Excellency. Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Oyo. Thank you, Dr. Oyo. Your Excellency, next is a consortium of Makerere University, Bustema University, and Luero Industries. They are doing research on how best to use our energy resources to metallize our iron ore. To metallize our iron ore, yes. Yeah. Yes, I'll give Dr. Lupot 1 minute to explain.
Thank you. In this project, we are trying out the newest technology in the world, where we use hydrogen to reduce iron oxide so that we can produce iron metal. And then the iron metal is subsequently used in the production of steel. So this is the main aim of our project. Hydrogen application in reaction of iron ore is a new technology. And globally, it's among the leading technologies. Move away from using coal, because coal produces carbon dioxide, which is a pollutant. And this is the way we are moving forward.
Started with laboratory
for hydrogen.
Your Excellency, on this side, on your, yes, Your Excellency, this is the only steel plant that is using our iron ore. They have to import coal from Tanzania, and this is a very important industry for our infrastructure growth, because as we speak now, we have an acute shortage of steel in the country and a problem of recycling scrap. So they are helping us. Okay, thank you. Okay. Your Excellency. Your Excellency, this is our plan for power shortage in the country. Even if we develop all our natural water hydro sources, it will not be enough for the mineral beneficiation sector and other needs. So they have a plan to develop 2,000 megawatts from nuclear power. So that's the model of our nuclear power plant. And yes. Next, Your Excellency, as we leave, in addition to nuclear, we also have geothermal resources, and we can generate up to 1,500 megawatts from our heat in the ground. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. So,
Yes, Your Excellency, very quickly. What we're doing in using Industry 4.0 technologies is creating ecosystems that work together to support innovators, because there are very many. We'll start with robotics, and I'll show you these two companies. This is one of our companies, but over here is Fundibots, where they use, Your Excellency, they use robotics to train students such that they can start thinking about solving problems using robotics. These are some examples. This was built by a 14-year-old child. A 14-year-old student built this. No, he's not here. The idea with this ecosystem is they can start to solve problems using robotics or technology as a solution. Over here we have what we're calling academia to business. Many of these are university students who have come up with innovations. KAU is helping parents send pocket money to their children, especially when they can't. Multicard is solving the problem of giving many business cards to people. You give someone one card, they can scan and get your information. This is a very interesting company. One of the problems we have in Uganda is it's hard to collect remote data. If someone is in Karamoja, if there's no internet or a telecom connection, you can't collect. Say, for example, a hospital is entering information of patients, it's impossible. What this company has done is using solar and locally built hardware, you can collect data from anywhere in the country. So there's no more issues of we can't collect information. Your Waste is solving how you collect garbage from your home using an application. Searchit is helping you get any documents that you have lost. This is another very interesting company. One of the problems we have is hardware. We have so much hardware at universities, for example, and what they're doing is using what you call excess capacity. So if the servers are 1,000, let's say 1,000 megabytes, there's maybe 200 left over. They have turned this into cloud hosting, as they call it, so that students can have free space on the cloud to upload their applications. So it's, yes, so it's, this is UICT. They have something called School Manager and a health management system as well. Again, this is a government institution, very well supported. So this is the first ecosystem. So we support them as an ecosystem. The second is the blockchain. You've heard about blockchain, I'm sure. We sometimes don't understand the technology, but what it is a way to secure documentation, to secure information. And in this ecosystem, there's about 8 companies providing different types of services. One interesting one is Walimi, which helps farmers reach the market. On this side, Diwala is helping solve the problem of Bichupuli. So they can save documents. On this side, Your Excellency, Tuvayo, which is a tourism company to help people find products. It's a tourism attraction. Yes, so people can come and see what's on your farm. Yes, there are two. And these are helping young people get jobs. Yeah. Of course, there's others here, you know, Jimmy and Glovo. Easy Matatu helps people it helps manage how people book taxis. If you want to book a bus ticket somewhere, you can use this solution to do it. Very quickly, Your Excellency, I would like to show you one last part of this area. This company is called Tripesa. It helps tourism businesses get online. Like you said, you have a farm. They can help you start selling experiences. This is the fourth ecosystem, which is called local electronics manufacturing. What we are doing is getting companies to produce hardware in Uganda, which can be sold to the world. And they're doing it through a consortium. This is a computer made in Uganda. This is a full computer. You can install operating systems. There's some schools using these now. This is 250,000 shillings, purely made in Uganda, and we're working with them as STI. Yes, this is on the market. Did you guys do? Yeah? So I'll just move on quickly, sorry. Camtech is from Bara University and also creating hardware to help with neonatal challenges. This is Nerico. What did you put? Yeah. So smart home devices, again, made here. This is one very interesting one, Your Excellency. This is a company called RevMake. One of the problems we have, and I'm sure you would relate to this, is these are lithium-ion batteries from laptops and other electronics. They get this, which would normally be waste, and they turn them into power banks, which they sell in Uganda. Now, this is very good for import substitution and solves a very big problem around electronic waste in the country. And just two more. This is Innovex. They are producing this system, which is a solar management system. This company is Ugandan, supported by government. They are selling across East Africa with very good revenues. But here's what they did for Science Week. This is a Bluetooth speaker made in Uganda. Actually works. And this is a radio fully designed and made here in Uganda. From the placement of the components and everything, it's made fully here. So we believe hardware, especially from this bureau, is one of the ways to create jobs, but also drive innovation across very many spaces. And we're working with this company over here, Diventus. Oh, this is your gift. This is a gift. Yes.
Trust me, I know you keep it hood no matter where you are. 'Cause you come from the ghetto, from the ghetto. Girl, you're the type of life. That's why I keep you right you up.
But Honorable, this is... I suggest the feedback is taken and they create a screen. Your Excellency, this is for you to Lastly, RideLink is a logistics company to help trucks. If you want to, call a truck from Gulu to deliver something in Kampala, they will help you do it at a fraction of the cost. As opposed to driving or renting a full truck, someone has a truck, you can get it at a cheaper price. And this is Diventus, an Ethiopian company that we have convinced to move and establish in Uganda, manufacturing locally through our areas. Yes. Yeah. These are smart meters for electronics and water. Meters. Yes. Yes.
Like Yaka?
Yes, Yaka for water.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
This is the soil. They are using extracts. And then what you guys now see, what do we have done to it? So this is the cassava, all these are products from cassava. So this is another section. This is cassava. This is cassava. This is the biofuel.
You just make it from cassava peelings. You get cassava peelings.
Yes. And make it good.
After you peel the cassava, you get the peelings and then we wash them. After washing, we grate, then we ferment it for 1 week. Then we vaporize it. Then after vaporizing it, we condense and then we regulate the temperature around 78. We get the pump ethanol, which runs engines. And the current at home there used to be for running normal cycle and tricycle. But at the same time, the cassava itself, we use it to make baking flour from cassava, which makes us bread. Right now, as I speak, cassava bread, purely 100%. Right now, out there, we're baking cassava cakes. They're in high demand, people are eating them. And also, here, for example, the students are going to PhD in the US. You can preserve for you cassava, gari. You can preserve for you cassava in some of tapioca. Is it the market? No, we have just qualified from the university. We want that. Yes. And Minister, thank you for supporting us.
Yuri has all the data. They just need a little much next year. Come on,
Biofuel. My name is Ikware Emmanuel Asha. Ikware Emmanuel Asha. And I say Philippe saying that you are the biggest producer. So one part of
Sweet potato. We want sweet potato porridge, sweet potato cereals. Exactly. So
nutritional foods, but also going mainstream.
You see what the minister right now? Sweet potato bread. And the brand is clearly Choga because we live sweet potatoes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President is in the second last train, and in a few minutes she's going to be with us in the main exhibition hall. So I call upon all of you to settle down. Those who are outside can come in. When she comes, we shall stand up and welcome her. Then we remain standing for the national anthems, the national anthem and the East African anthem. Then we shall proceed with the function. Thank you.
Your Excellency, we also look at it, we also look at products, because the key factor of productivity is the person, and here is the animal that lives like a person of being, how they do it. So this is our freezer. Yes, so because of that, yes. We have one parish who go to give us a parish and we one more. So, Your Excellency, let us enter the supermarket. Let us enter the supermarket. These ones are making drugs from needle free. I made the needle free the darling of Uganda. They have a number of products. He's going to talk more later. about the product, but this is now a pesticide. They have even drugs for livestock. Made from Uganda from Karamoja.
You extract the raw materials from where?
From neem tree.
From the neem tree?
Yes. Yes. Then we push them to commercialization. We saw Africa on the other side, they have, but they also do kosher, so we move. All these are commercial. We are now in the supermarket. We have more bread from there. Yes, and this is even exported now. And for fish, feed 90% is imported, so we are buying some. Then this is bread. This is bread. These are all finished products, and they are all coffee up to honey. The most interesting I would like you to see, Your Excellency, somewhere here we have bread, but we have, because of 20, 40, 100 plus made in Uganda.
And I want to remind people that you can renew your driving license here. It ends, or you can get a new driving license in the mobility tent. Please don't miss this great opportunity.
Our cars. We can stop importing brushes. They are making brushes from the tail. Which hands? So these are two brushes. And then we have also a bottle which cleans the water. This is also made from Uganda. That one. No, that one is not from animal. This is animal water. So I take you to the shea butter area and then release you to go to the Vivid is here, you know. So this is shea butter here, this side. This is now cosmetics. Shea butter is our darling for export. So we have another player in shea butter, a lot of them. So they have come up with these good products. You can see all this side here. It's beautiful. Yes, they are all made from here. So, Your Excellency, if you could come this side.
They need to just scale up.
Okay. So, all these are shea butter products. This is cow ghee from Itoto. Is also this is cow ghee, Skin Care. Yeah. So Moviti is on the other corner. We will not go there, the king, which is Moviti. We have here leather products. We have saloons that are using only Ugandan medicines. We are trying to focus that we will not have any more other new things in there. Yes. So this is a saloon made from Uganda, everything you will be in here. We don't have import things. Yes.
African nature, like yours. Yeah, she was our winner, innovator of the year.
Your Excellency, We have plates there. They are making food for the show made in Uganda for the security. So Your Excellency, Kampala University also came. We have five students here a lot in adding value. So this is the supermarket, adding value on cotton. We have also people making furniture from Uganda. This is motive. So because of time, I'll hand you over to, let me hand you over to Alan to go and see how they bring in the mobility industry. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, you're most welcome to mobility. Your Excellency, I could take you through the value chain here quickly. Your Excellency, my name is Alan Muhumuzan. I'm the team leader for Mobility Bureau at the Secretariat. And what you see over here gives you an idea of what the value chain for mobility is like and how they say that all industry and industry it brings and links little more industry. So all the things we're going through, they have a contribution to mobility. We have categorized all of them. Have a contribution.
They actually have a platform where they are meeting.
Yes, so we have 6 clusters. Yes, so this links it all together. So we have R&D, engineering and manufacturing, and you'll see a number of them in this tent here today. We have a side of energy, we have infrastructure tent, looking at nuclear energy and all that. We need that energy right to move our vehicles. You have transport planning, management, operations, and support. Some of them are here in support centers, it's also to see it there. You have value chain financing, because if you need a vehicle, and get you after financing. Support services, just go direct to the vehicle. And the PSSC is very good. And that's so ensuring that you have a proper He gives us money and he has given us money, which has delivered what we're saying. Come back, take your car, go back home. All the borders for the last mile, and some of the entities that we have here are already doing that work. So that is what we're envisioning our cities to be. Right now, about 13 cities that Parliament gave city status, and this is the model that we want to ensure we can deliver a sustainable mobility solution. Right here, Your Excellency. Right here, Your Excellency, you have the International Works of East Africa, and their work is in 3 areas. We have 5 of them, they're using bamboo, our locally grown bamboo, and they're even electrifying with a bicycle. We have a plant at which is automatic and electric that they have, they can demonstrate very quickly that can grow planting. You can see the seeds, so it plants. So this one is the generation I'm also going to take on and take to the next level, from prototype to a commercializable product. And over here they have developed an electric motorbike. They are already on the road, with riders making money off of this bike. They are already seeing how they can commercialize the frame.
How much is it? This one, if someone wants to buy, how much is it?
8 million shillings.
8 million?
Yeah, 8 million shillings.
8 million. More expensive than the other one. More expensive. But
I can give you a picture with all the types.
This type here is for
Why is it more expensive than Bajaj?
Bajaj.
Which is now
Yes, the battery is very expensive. These are lithium batteries. They are very expensive. It's about a quarter.
Tell them because they want to buy fuel.
But they have to buy fuel.
So once you buy it, you just ride.
Yes, we have a charger here. This charger is, as you can see, you can charge it from your house.
Start riding one.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Sustainable and also this is environmental friendly. That is get 100 marks. But now they ask us how about the cost? Then you go back to zero. So you see our graph is the economy is going the graph will be zero here, 100 there.
Your excellence plan is very charged. Costs you 2,000 shillings and you cover 70 kilometers. Whereas on the border, to cover that distance, you need 1.5 liters of petrol, which will cost you 9,000 shillings. Difference of 7,000 shillings.
No, we have financing models.
Okay. With your
We have
support.
actually worked with the road.
And then you also have a traffic light. Yes. Your Excellency, our university students assemble the traffic lights, and that's a working prototype. We can use the traffic lights and supply to city council and our city. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Your Excellency, they highlighted the lithium-ion battery being the most expensive component on the bike. Right here we are having R&D happening to see how we can localize the commercialization and the manufacturing of batteries. It's important to note that the battery on an electric vehicle can account up to 60% of the cost. So we need to see how that value, 60% of the cost of the overall vehicle, whether bus. So we need to see how we can deal with the battery and localize it here. And this gentleman is working on how we can use our local materials. He has the composite, the things you throw away, and he's seeing how we can extract carbon, because carbon forms the, on the side of the anode and the cathode for the battery. And he has this pouch, which is like what is in your phone. And he's already doing very good progress to see how we can localize this area. And the intent ultimately is to make something like this. This is what we are currently importing from China. This is a cell. This is what is in all these electric vehicles we are seeing at the core. From Bustema University. So you can see how academia is contributing to the value chain. And now when you move from that area, now what I have here is a private enterprise owned by private people here, Ugandans as well. And what they're doing is they're now building in a storage system. So the battery is so there, is now what we assemble from this part, and this enters here, and this was fabricated at the new. Now this is what goes in the bike like that, to drive the bike. Of course I'm doing an electric boat, we have a tractor as well as in this battery, they're going to build for solar energy storage. Now when the battery is they have extra light that can be used to make power banks, torches, such as this. And this person can even charge your phone. That's what we can do with this of waste. And right from here now we can extract the materials and then we recycle and put it back to the manufacturing. Right now, this is their vision. You see the value chain taking shape. Yes.
That is why.
Yes, yes. So here, this is the vision of the house government here in London, the number of it, and they are going to set up this Center to give the businesses back to Your Excellency, over here now we go to and you can charge easily family, and you can charge from your home. You can give you small charger, you can charge from your home, but much longer time to charge. But now this charger, this is a charger. So this is what we are now looking at typically to have in public spaces like parking lots, such as your parking, downtime. This is the sign. So this one, ideally, our kind of will have a network of chargers. This is that will deal with the issue of chargers.
To be commercial?
Yes. It's very commercial viable. So now, this is already working with us. Your Excellency,
Long time.
But thank you very much for sending the message. The President will just come in the office and then we'll just give it. Now, I think we'll start from here. He explained that you need a charging station. It's something we're not going to do. I think more appropriate to also have somebody dealing with that.
This thing moves.
Your Excellency, you can see.
No, you can step on it.
You can step on it. So this one, most of the ones that we have,
Climbing without stepping.
They
Let one demonstrate first.
can demonstrate. Yes, there you go. So this one is supposed to come with wheelchairs.
Don't trust science.
Your Excellency, we request my picture to have a seat. Your Excellency, can you have a seat right here? Yes. Your Excellency, this bus also has Wi-Fi, so internet for all the passengers on board. USB charging the other side. There are cameras, three of them, when they're in the cabin, so security is good. You have screens which are showing you your patients.
She's going to come out from here. She can come. She's going to use this route. Come.
Yeah, you can have a look at the driver's cockpit. Your Excellency, you can see the sophistication of the technology here. And this is the cockpit. The driver is very safe, and he can control, he can also monitor what is happening in the bus right here, and all this control that enable him. Yes, you can see the whole bus. He knows that they are deal with that one. Yes, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, request for the picture. One picture right here with the Honorable Minister. You get one right here. Your Excellency.
Keep don't the cable.
Yes,
Watch that cable. Watch that cable.
Okay, so you can have this one. Your Excellency, right here is now what in the future we have. Our target is 65% local content in our vehicles by 2040. So we are creating over 240,000 jobs. Some of those jobs are going to be away. Just here hours of land. You can use artificial intelligence. Acquire looking on those corporation. And this master plan has already been approved by the local leadership. Our target here, Your Excellency, we have parts manufacturing. Parts manufacturing, both filters, glass, boards, lithium manufacturing, seats, brake parts, tires, shock absorbers, and the big component here which should be able to make the SUVs and pickups and sedans 150,000 vehicles per year capacity. We have the headquarters, as well as the museum, which show our journey that we are taking in the automotive industry, a convention center, the hotel, housing for staff, free trade zone area, and proving grounds here. So they will make the kind of use of the government institutions in this, and I'm sure the rest of the value. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, we appreciate government support that has enabled us to deliver on that promise. Now, over here we go to the users of the things we have produced. From the start here, we have the company going from that is revolutionizing the logistics industry to enable you to track your goods and the medium optimal route which you can use to move goods from any point to any point. We have the border, which is the also helping the safety of our people from the borders. And right now, we also have you can order for your car through the app. You can also go for airtime and any other things. Shopping. Over here, Your Excellency, we have we have the ticketing system and the right now they have biggest safety is very important. And our friends at the Uganda Matters team, because they have a very exciting innovation. And I would like to hand over to the Vice Chancellor to briefly give you
We have the road safety unit
look it up. It's not which I can remember it's quite beneficial. They also have another version where you have points as an event. So it is secure. Then you have a few points. You charge your body as an event. So the best is thank you so much. Your Excellency.
Sorry. So the issues that are dealing with safety and security are addressed. That is what they have.
This one is right now, this one is 7 kilometers. In case of Ogorakora, you need to come to a station once. We have 27 of those stations. Most of them is at Kampala, but also along the Masaka Road. And the thing here is we offer a similar service to Houston. It takes 1 minute to walk there.
And we have been supported by the Ministry of Energy to have this charging infrastructure along the Masaka Highway. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Now, seeing this one, I'm now converted. You must get the money.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President has finished inspecting the exhibitions and she's making her way to the main tent. And when she has approached the entrance, I will request you to stand up. Welcome her.
I was in the room and I sat down and said, you're doing a great job. Shane, what full of minutes are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, please let us stand up to welcome the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. The exhibitors in the tent, please come, leave one person at your stalls, and you come to the main exhibition tent, main hall. Your Excellency, we welcome you to the National Science Week 2022. And this is the final day of the week. When Her Excellency reaches her seat, please remain standing for the national anthem and the East African anthem. can take our seats. Your Excellency, we welcome you to this year's National Science Week, which is running under the theme, Uganda in 2040, the future we want through science, technology, and innovation. So, Your Excellency, we are looking at how Uganda will look like, exhibiting how Uganda will look like when we use science, technology, and innovation. And together with you, you have the Minister for Science, Technology, and Innovation, who is seated with you, Honorable Musenero. We have the State Minister for Transport and Works, Honorable Echweru. And then we also have the State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Honorable Sebugwao. And Your Excellency, we want to take a few minutes to give you a recap of what has transpired since Monday. And I will ask the team to play that video to show the delegates here what has transpired since Monday. Please play the video. Monday was the first day when the fair was started, and that is the setup which we have already gone through. Your Excellency, Monday was mainly focusing on students. We wanted to show what science and technology can offer to the students. And we also watched the launch of Uganda satellite in this place. Those are so day one was focusing on students, and we also watched the launch of the satellite. And day two, we were privileged to have the Prime Minister come and officially open the National Science Week.
Allow me to congratulate you, Madam Minister, and your Ministry of Science and Technology. I'm really impressed by what I have seen exhibited here, and clearly it demonstrates the huge opportunities and potential that exists in the use of science, technology, and innovation. Is manufacturing our electric buses. Yes. have seen out there is already underway. This should give us a self-sufficiency and reduce dependency on foreign sources like we witnessed during COVID-19 pandemic.
We'd like you to accept this small token as a reminder that you are known as one of the champions of science and technology in this nation.
Day 3 mainly focused on innovators presenting some of the innovations they have to a select number of investors, and they were getting advice and forming collaborations which would help them to develop their innovations. That was the focus of yesterday.
So we need you to get on board.
Uganda and UNICEF. For me, that's evidence that we have reached a stage where we must genuinely erase the mindset.
What is this problem about mindset change that we cannot fix?
I think rather this country would have watched opportunities because there is what can actually enhance. But the evidence is very
There is a lot of money in the health sector.
We are looking at animal, plant, and human health. So we go vaccines, diagnostics, and therapeutics.
In this country, the productivity of maize has increased in science and technology over the last 10 years.
I go to know that they are very few female riders. And I'm so grateful that at least at this occasion I'm representing some of those few ones. I say this is a very, very important milestone to make sure that our innovators can access funding, appropriate funding, and they can also receive the first.
Your Excellency, we also signed an MOU with UDB so that innovators can access funding, and that was the function that concluded Day 3. So Science and Technology and Innovation has entered into an MOU to ensure that we can have appropriate funding for the innovations. So that is how we have moved so far, Your Excellency, and we are honored to have you today. And with us in a special way, Your Excellency, we have the East African Science and Technology Commission also. Please stand up for recognition, the whole delegation of ISTICO. Please stand up. Yes. They have been also having a conference at Africana, and today they decided to come and merge with us so that they can conclude together with the Science Week. You are welcome. And at this juncture, I want to invite the Executive Secretary of ISTICO, Mr. Sylvans Okoth, to come and give his remarks.
Excellency, High Excellency, the guest of honor, Honorable Jessica Alipo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Minister, Dr. Monica Musenero, the Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation, of Republic of Uganda, the honorable ministers and cabinet, the permanent secretaries, excellencies, ambassadors, and members of the diplomatic community, members of a STECO governing board here present with us, executive secretaries and directors and staff of East African Community, development partners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think you've been waiting for a little too long, probably you are tired. Good afternoon once again. Okay, I can hear you now. Honorable guests of honor, I take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for accepting to officiate the award-giving ceremony of the best innovators of the first East African Science and Technology Commission Youth Innovation Forum that, as you have been told, has been going on for the first 2 days in Hotel Africana, and has come to join us and to join Uganda in celebrating the conclusion of the National Science Week here at Kololo grounds. With great pleasure, honorable guests of honor, I recognize the co-hosting of the 2022 National Youth Science Week by the government of the Republic of Uganda on the same venue, and I would like to associate with the audacious theme of the National Science Week that, as we have been told, Uganda in 2040, the future we want through science, technology, and innovation. The theme is indeed inspirational and conjures great hope and faith in the exploits of science, technology, and innovation in redeeming the future of this lovely nation. Honorable guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, the twin functions underscore the importance of science, technology, and innovation in partner states, and also shows that it is a priority in the region, that is the East African Community region. Honorable guests of honor, just to give you a brief of STECO. STECO is a semi-autonomous institution of the East African Community that is charged with the responsibility to promote and coordinate the development, management, and application of science and technology in the community and in the partner states for enhanced socioeconomic development and regional integration of partner states of the East African Community. In pursuit of this mandate, the Commission focuses on 4 key priority areas, one of which is what we are celebrating today. Just to name them out, we focus on policy and regulatory framework development to help streamline and direct the development and implementation of science, technology, and innovation programs and projects in the East African Community region in a harmonious and synergistic way so that we move together, which is one of the tenets of the aims of the community for the partner states involved. The second aspect is on development of knowledge and innovations, scientific knowledge and innovations. We have walked across and we've seen that there are lots going on here. Most of the innovations and technologies that are being exhibited or demonstrated emanate for scientific information and research in the pipeline towards product development. So we take it very seriously that we should concentrate in development of knowledge and innovation and technologies that can get application to solutions bedeviling our beloved region. The third aspect is application of the same. Once knowledge has been generated, it has to be translated into usable products, systems, processes, policies that would guide to enhance the twin functions that I've already mentioned. The last one is to ensure that we generate or develop a framework, a regional framework that promotes the aspects of science, technology, and innovation through developing institutions, developing networks, developing capacities of our people, developing other infrastructures that support science, development, and innovation. Honorable guest of honor, SECO is charged with the responsibility to develop mechanisms of identification, promotion, and growth of special talents in science, technology, and innovation, with particular emphasis on the youth, considering other cross-cutting issues that support the process. It is against that background that the Youth Innovation Forum, that, as I have said, has been going on in the last 2 days in Hotel Africana, was founded to stimulate and support young innovators in generating scientific and technological innovations to contribute to the socioeconomic development and regional integration of the community. Honorable guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, the Youth Innovation Forum is a platform of the program that scientists identifies and supports regional relevant innovations from the youth that address socioeconomic development, as I've just said. During the 2 days, just to give you a snapshot of what we've gone through, during the last 2 days, the forum discussed topical issues in the regional youth innovation space in the area of science and technology. We also deliberated on various presentations from the youth and innovators from the region to see how can we catapult this into actual products and services and processes for the socioeconomic development of the region. We also exposed participants to a wide range of exhibitions, just like what we have seen in this place, and that actually is a testimony to the synergy of what happens at the regional level and what goes on in partner states. It quite encourages collaboration, synergizing the programs to avoid wastage in terms of repetitions or duplication. So, Honorable Minister, that is why we are here. And we thought because of the synergy, it fits in very well with the culture, with the Science Week that is being celebrated by the Republic of Uganda today. Honorable guests of honor, we are today at a point of unveiling the best innovators at the regional level. I believe you could be having the same at the national level. But we've taken this opportunity to come and share this with you as the host country for the Youth Innovation Forum. We'll have the honor for you to present the awardees with their words when the time comes, which we so much appreciate. To our stakeholders who supported the forum in various ways, both materially and financially, you are most appreciated. Last but not least, on behalf of ESTECO, and indeed on behalf of the ESC fraternity, I wish to thank the Republic of Uganda for accepting to host and officiate this important event. Thank you all, and may God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Executive Secretary, for those remarks. Right now, I'm going to invite the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to Treasury, Mr. Ramadan Gobi, to give us a keynote address.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Minister for STI, Dr. Monica Musenero, the Honorable Ministers of State present, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors. I haven't seen honorable members of parliament, but if there is any, you are very most welcome. You've seen Professor Sandy Stevens, one of the pioneers of this sector. You are most welcome. All of the invited delegations from the ESC, STI Commission, but most importantly, the scientists and innovators who are present, the entire fraternity of STI. Good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen. I am very delighted to be here to interact with the minds that are specialized in formalized curiosity and creation of knowledge and products. On behalf of the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and on my own behalf, I congratulate the science fraternity upon organizing a very successful National Science, Technology and Innovation Week. I also want to applaud the giant strides the fraternity has made, which we have all witnessed. Your Excellency, as you are aware and you have been leading us, Government of Uganda is committed to using science, technology, engineering, and innovation to transform the fortunes of the people of Uganda and those of the people within our region of East Africa. Science, technology, engineering, and innovation are key drivers of socio-economic transformation by virtue of their capacity to improve productivity, enhance private sector competitiveness, promotion of accelerated growth, as well as creation of jobs. The large disparities in incomes, as well as social development between developed and developing countries, are rooted in considerable differences in their use of technology and in their focus on research and development, which of course results in productivity gaps between us and the developed societies. Researchers have found that societies that embraced and harnessed STI have developed much faster, while those that lagged behind in STI are now finding themselves in a danger of being increasingly dependent on other economies and unable to handle the vagaries of nature, especially outbreak of diseases, drought, floods, hunger, global warming, name it. As evidenced on these grounds, which we have walked this morning, Your Excellency, government is determined to ensure that Uganda catches up and is not left behind, particularly in the fourth industrial revolution, as was the case with the previous industrial revolutions. To achieve this, we are focusing on leveraging STI and creating an enabling environment for innovators. Government has set out to deal with the challenges encumbering STI development. The key of these challenges have been identified as follows. Number one, weak technology-related infrastructure. Number two, lack of stakeholder and institutional synergy, which in the past has been causing crippling bureaucracy in government. Number three, human capital challenges. We have also had a poor absorption of research outputs. And lastly, but not least, inadequate protection of intellectual property rights. In spite of these challenges, Your Excellency, we have registered good progress, as you've witnessed, and we continue to work towards strengthening STI ecosystem and building resilient STI infrastructure. So far, in the past 5 years in particular, government has spent a total of 1.112 trillion shillings on STI interventions. The annual budget released to the STI has grown from 52.8 billion shillings in financial year 2018-19 to 476.9 billion shillings last financial year 2021-22. These resources, among other sources of support, have enabled the sector as well as the overall program to make the strides that we are witnessing today. And let me mention a few of them. First is creation of and targeted support to the Science, Technology and Innovation Program. Since 2016, government has been deliberate in building a full-fledged STI ecosystem with affiliated agencies such as Uganda Industrial Research Institute, URI, Uganda National Council for Science and Technology, Banana Industrial Research and Development Center, and now the Kira Motors Corporation. Number two is the establishment of the Machining, Manufacturing and Industrial Skills Development Center at Namamve at a cost of about $30 million, and also additional government counterpart funding. We have been able to facilitate the initial stages of operationalization of this important venture. Number three is the value addition and import substitution in the nascent automotive industry. In a bid to build a domestic and regional automotive industry value chain, government has invested in the establishment of the Kira Motors Corporation, particularly its Kira vehicle plant in Ijinja Industrial and Business Park. This investment is expected to create over 14,000 jobs and catalyze investment by SMEs in the manufacture of vehicle parts, as we've witnessed in one of the tents here. Your Excellency, we've also established the Research and Innovation Fund. The fund was established to encourage innovation and enhance operationalization of incubators, as well as innovations that had been lying dormant for many years. A total of over 70 billion has so far been allocated over the past 5 years to fund innovations under STI sector. Under this fund, a number of innovations have been supported, some of which are here, we have seen them, such as the low-cost solar irrigation pumps, ICT innovations, local products, and so on and so forth. Your Excellency, we've also supported applied research and development, where government has continued to support scientists involved in research aimed at finding solutions to societal challenges. These scientists, mainly at URI, have pioneered the local production of biomedical devices. At Makerere University, Your Excellency, a research and innovation fund called REEF was also provided, and this special funding from government was earmarked to support high-impact research and innovations that address national development priorities. The objective of the fund is to increase the local generation of translatable research and scalable innovations that address key gaps in the pursuit of Uganda's transformation. The university has received over 60 billion shillings under the REEF. The banana industrial development and value addition was initially a presidential initiative for banana industrial development, and this has been supported to facilitate promotion of research, value addition, and commercialization of banana value chain, the popular talk now. The National Science, Technology, Engineering, and Skills Enhancement Center has also been set up in Rwebitete in Chiruhura district in an effort to build the skill base of Ugandans, as well as bridging the gap between skill set of the youth and the market, the labor market. Your Excellency, we have also established the National Space Program to expedite the development of aerospace industry and space science programs in a well-coordinated and harmonized manner. World over, the application of space science and technology promotes sustainable development in virtually all sectors of the economy. At least today we have witnessed how it is contributing to the development of our agricultural sector. This is going to boost communication, meteorological observations, precision weather forecasting, natural resource monitoring, telemedicine, teleeducation, disaster warning, research and rescue operations, astronomy, and as well as security and defense. On the front of COVID response, Your Excellency, government committed resources to support scientists in the local development of drugs and diagnostics, vaccines, as well as purchase of state-of-the-art scientific and laboratory equipment to aid the scientists in this task. In addition, URI repurposed its textile research and production unit for the manufacture of 3-layer cloth face masks as the COVID-19 intervention. These interventions, Your Excellency, helped in saving the lives of Ugandans across the program. When it comes to protection of intellectual property rights, Your Excellency, for us economists, we believe that what separates rich and poor countries is not just the disparity in resources, but also, and perhaps more importantly, the disparity in knowledge. And that closing the gap in knowledge is an essential part of successful development. However, to do this, it is crucial that innovations are protected and innovators rewarded for their creations. Globally, nations with valuable economies have their innovation ecosystems built around efficient intellectual property systems. Government is committed to do the same for Uganda, and we have made progress in this regard. Through the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, we have launched the National Intellectual Property Policy as a step towards giving innovators full protection for their creations, and we are going to support them to ensure that they are protected. On agriculture, research, and development, through NARO, the National Agricultural Research Organization, government has developed and disseminated hundreds, over 800 of them, technologies, innovations, and management practices which have increased agricultural productivity and production. These technologies, innovations, and management practices have tremendously contributed to appropriate use of natural resources, improvement of food and nutrition security, and increase in household incomes. Some of the success stories of agricultural research and development include the following. 1, development and promotion of coffee wilt disease-resistant varieties with an established yield of 4 tons per hectare compared to the disease-susceptible varieties that yield an average of 1.5 tons per hectare. 2, biofortification to address micronutrient deficiencies in bean varieties, sweet potatoes, and bananas, among others. These are curbing micronutrition deficiency disorders, particularly in women and children. Number 3, improved superior high-yielding rice varieties, including hybrid and inbreed varieties with yield potential, resistant to common rice diseases, fast maturing, and have desirable aroma, texture, and other cooking attributes. There has also been improved maize varieties that are stress resistant, responding to climate change and other production constraints. NARO, Your Excellency, has also spearheaded adoption of cage and pond fish farming technologies and improved the growth rate of the Nile tilapia. We have also had development and dissemination of high-yielding cassava varieties that are resistant to 2 major diseases, cassava mosaic various disease and cassava brown streak various disease, which had almost wiped out cassava and devastated communities that depended on it for food and income, including your Minister of State for Works. The new varieties, Your Excellency, continue to restore cassava as a food, cash, and industrial raw material crop. There has also been management of banana bacterial wilt and improving of banana productivity in the country. Researchers have also improved our dairy and beef productivity through development and promotion of improved pastures that are high-yielding, nutritious, and drought-tolerant. And finally, the recent vaccine research and development, especially the highly efficient anti-tick vaccines to boost sustainable control and management of tick burdens in our livestock sector. As a way forward, Your Excellency, government is focused on creating enabling environment for STI and strengthening our STI capacity. His Excellency the President has been the #1 champion of this sector. And we would like Your Excellency, as the technical people in the government, to ask you humbly to send our greetings to him for championing this sector of STI. We are very committed to achieve the support, sustainable support for this sector by doing the following. Number one, adoption of a programmatic approach to STI development. We are pursuing a deliberate collaboration among the relevant government agencies, stakeholder groups, and private sector. I can give an example. If Uganda Development Corporation, for example, is setting up a factory for the commercialization of agro-innovation, they must work with URI, which will give direction on suitable industrial varieties, product attributes, process parameters, and technology requirements. They should also work with NARO so that the desired variety and quality are promoted among our farmers. They must work with the farmers so that they on board with the project right at the beginning. They must work with Uganda Export Promotions Board on how to tap into the export market for the manufactured product so that we go beyond market access and achieve market entry. This will deal with the issue of poor institutional synergies and working in silos, which has been undermining some of the efforts. The second area, Your Excellency, is the funding of STI. As government, we are going to increase our funding to research institutions for acquisition of state-of-the-art technologies that are necessary to support research and production activities. Once this is done, our scientists will be better positioned to conduct applied research for turnkey solutions to most of our challenges that we are facing in the country. Such research can range from the mineral beneficiation, Your Excellency, we have seen, value addition of products, but most importantly, in supporting them to commercialize their innovations. The third one is the establishment of technology business incubators, which are focused on supporting startups which use modern technologies to create their innovations. These facilities have started to enhance the capacity of Ugandan entrepreneurs to participate in science and technology enterprises. They also serve to support skilling of younger technicians and engineers. We should work on retooling of our unemployed graduates and support them to establish startup businesses for manufacturing of local products. All of this is in our plan. Your Excellency, operationalization of the killer vehicle plant to kickstart an automotive industry and technology park to support a wide range of related investments, such as manufacture of auto parts, vehicle testing, and automotive technology innovation enterprises. Government has started to stimulate the local commercial production of vehicles by providing an off-take market for the vehicles it has been importing. This presents an opportunity for our own automotive industry to grow, and we shall continue to support. Through the Research and Innovation Fund and other funds, Your Excellency, government has started to provide flexible financing arrangements to encourage innovative private firms to undertake risks in developing new products, processes, and services. One of them they have already presented, what UDB has committed to do with the scientists. Your Excellency, there is also better pay for scientists. His Excellency the President, and by extension the entire government, has fulfilled the pledge to pay scientists in Uganda salaries that are comparable to those in developed societies. This is intended to motivate them to serve better, but most importantly, control brain drain, which has been contributing to the human capital challenges, and most importantly, enhance innovation. Government is going to continue investing in creation of a supportive regulatory environment for STI. Leadership of the Honorable Minister for STI. We have also support for R&D, human capital development, where government will continue to invest in education and skills development. Particularly good secondary and tertiary education is necessary to help absorb global knowledge and move the value chain to more productive technologies. Well-trained scientists and engineers are the major input for more prolific R&D. In conclusion, Your Excellency, science and technology are going to be the basis for the solution to the world's socio-economic and security problems. STI, the propellant for the building a thriving country and the happiness of people, those who are living today and those who are going to live in the future. They hinge on STI. As one wise man said, be near science and technology and you will never fail. We have laid a strong foundation. I want to assure the program and the country that government, in particular the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, through the guidance of HE the President, is very, very committed to supporting scientists and innovators to create solutions for the betterment of mankind today and in the future. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
We thank you for those remarks, PSST, and especially the assurances of support, because you as the technical lead in financial matters are concerned. When you understand the agenda, then we get comforted. And you said the STI is going to be the basis for the solutions, both political and social, and that's very important. I said that. Thank you very much. And Your Excellency, as he was talking about the different institutions, especially the support institutions, as you saw, they are here. We invited them in that tent where you went first. Those are the institutions that are supporting the innovators, and they have all been here interacting with them. I also want to inform you that people have been renewing their driving permits this week. The Ministry of Works set up a tent, a station. People have been getting driving permits and renewing driving permits. So, Honorable Chair, we thank you for that. I also, as I invite the Honorable Minister of Science, I want to inform you that we are graced with the presence of the Ambassador to run also here with us. And he's right here. Yes. So I take this opportunity. Honorable Minister is going to come, but ISTICO has been holding a youth conference, and at that youth conference they had youths who were competing for funding from, as the Executive Secretary said, from ISTICO. So they have some youth who excelled above the rest, and they request that you will award them. Will be when you're going to speak. They have 6 people who excelled. So when the Honorable Minister has finished, he will lead us in that function for you to award these youths. I take this opportunity now to invite the Honorable Minister for Science, Technology, and Innovation.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the honorable ministers who have graced this occasion, the Ambassador of Rwanda, Your Excellency, and the team from ISTICO, the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to Treasury, Minister of Finance, the Permanent Secretaries present, the representative of the State House Comptroller, who has not been able to be with us today, and the representative of Secretary, Office of the President, who was here but had to leave because of duty, technical staff and heads of institutions, heads of academic institutions, research institutions, leaders of exhibitors, our innovators from the various public and private institutions, the young innovators from the East Africa region, all the scientists, the media, all ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, it's a great honor for me that you have accepted to come and officiate on this day. Today, we celebrate the World Science Day. The World Science Day for Peace and Development is celebrated globally every 10th of November, with the purpose of highlighting the important role that science plays in society and the need for us to engage the wider public in debates and especially on emerging issues, both scientific and social, which will need technology. It also underlines the importance and relevance of science in our daily lives, because frequently science is treated as belonging to some few exclusive communities. On the World Science Day, we bring out science to the community. Your Excellency, the National Science Week is a national event. It's an annual event in Uganda. It's aimed at creating a platform, a prolonged platform of engagement between policymakers, scientists, other innovators, academicians, researchers, the business community, other technocrats in government entities, and the public, to enable us appreciate the role of science and technology towards the achievement of our country's development goals, as outlined in Vision 2040 and in the respective national development plans. So this week helps us as a country in the promotion of science, technology, and innovation through exhibitions, information sharing, conferences, and media engagements. Several stakeholders, collaborators, development partners, and other government institutions across the country have always partnered with government for the successful implementation of the National Science Week. So, Your Excellency, the way it is arranged is that the Science Week is the week preceding the 10th. So it's a fixed event because the World Science Day is fixed, and the Science Week closes on the World Science Day. This year's theme for the National Science Week has been Uganda in 2040, the future we want through science, technology, and innovation. And this theme aligns with Uganda's crusade towards Vision 2040. Your Excellency, we are very aware that we have already completed implementation of 2 of the 6 national development plans, and we have passed the midpoint of the 3rd national development plan. So we have about 3 and a half also national development plans for us to hit the targets of Vision 2040. And that's why we pulled out this theme, understanding the role that science, technology, and innovation has to play, because sometimes it appears that we are doing things disconnected from the national strategic direction, so that all the key players will align on this rail, on this journey, as we take our nation to the desired future. We have looked at all the sectors and examined what all these different players, what do they need to adopt, how do they use STI to achieve the increased productivity, increase the efficiency, creating jobs, and increase the revenue towards a prosperous Uganda in 2040. And this has been done with the aim of encouraging institutional collaboration to achieve Uganda's development goal through STI. Our major objective this year has been to create and really solidify the collaborative platform to showcase how different institutions, private sector, and academia are going to adopt STI. Specifically, we wanted to showcase Uganda's Vision 2040, led by science, technology, and innovation. We want to put STEAM into the journey. We also wanted to create a mass awareness for Uganda's scientists, innovators, and innovation ecosystem, with the aim of supporting the commercialization, enabling the investor engagement, and industry collaboration. We also wanted to provide a platform to recognize and celebrate and reward the outstanding innovators through the National Science, Technology, and Innovation Investor Forum. We want to provide an opportunity for patriotism and Your Excellency. One of our goals as STI is to generate prestige for Ugandans. Would like Ugandans to walk with their heads high. They have prestige, they have confidence as they move around and wherever they go. Over this week, Your Excellency, allow me to highlight just a few things which make this year's National Science Week and World Science Day of great significance. Number one, in 2021, since 2021, our science ecosystem has been going through transformation. Early this year, His Excellency the President gave us a directive on a new structure for the National Science, Technology, and Innovation System. And this new structure has not only streamlined proper governance, coordinated under the Science, Technology, Innovation Secretariat at Office of the President, but he has also introduced a business approach to management of science in the country, creating the positive ambience you have witnessed at this exhibition. Number two, this reorganization also emphasized the program-based approach rather than the siloed sector-based approach. This has opened vast avenues to mobilize all stakeholders, including all MDAs, academic institutions, private sector, schools, development agencies, all of them and many more, to work in a very coordinated manner, as you have witnessed through the exhibition. Just this single action has opened up vast opportunities and has given access to initiatives which were not known before. Your Excellency, we have discovered so many young innovators who could fast-track this country, but they were not known. Through this approach, we've been able to pull them up. Honorable Musa is clapping. Maybe you can join him. Number 3, the value chain-based approach. This approach emphasized by the Science, Technology and Innovation Secretariat has enabled us to understand what we have on the ground under the different entities, identify gaps in those value chains, and work out modalities to harness those gaps. This alone has helped us to unveil opportunities previously missed. Understanding a value chain makes it easier to plan and prioritize. I think, Your Excellency, you saw the connection moving from the iron ore to the standard gauge layer. Now we can choose with knowledge where to start the investment as a nation. His Excellency assigned the STI Secretariat 8 prioritized industrial value chains: the pathogen economy, infrastructure innovations, aeronautics and space engineering, Industry 4.0, mobility, productivity acceleration, import substitution, and export-oriented science, technology, and innovation. At this exhibition, we have shown the progress and priorities in each of the value chains. However, I wish to point out that what we have exhibited here is less than 15% of what we are working on. The value chain approach identifies internal offtake markets, negating previous arguments against local value addition to raw materials due to lack of off-takers. It helps us to open up internal opportunities. And Your Excellency, in some areas we have discovered that by focusing on just on one small spot, we totally change the picture of the entire value chain. The 4th area, which was the focus, is the market focus. Your Excellency, we noted that Uganda, like most African countries, previously looked at science from a charitable approach. This denied our science the rigor and aggressiveness essential for industrial-oriented innovation. This resulted in a lot of mediocrity and slow progress of science in the country. Our institutions are littered with crude prototypes, while we continued nursing our projects for believing neighbors. Our shelves in the supermarkets, pharmacies, and department stores remained dominated by imported goods, while we continue to import the high-value goods. We were simply focusing on solving micro problems in subsistence mode. This has been changed, and STI is now very market-focused. Developed countries identified problems both locally and internationally and focused on them to develop solutions, and that's how they attracted wealth to their countries. Industrialization and commercialization of those solutions is what creates jobs. Any science without a product that significant numbers of individuals will be willing to pay for is dead at birth. It may be good science, but it will remain just that. Therefore, Your Excellency, the entrepreneurial mood throughout this exhibition is reflective of the current science community in the country. Products for the market. This current year, our theme is taking products of Uganda's innovation to the market. This current financial year which we're implementing. Thus, we are testing the markets with at least one or more products along each value chain. And Your Excellency, you have seen the Kayola EV, you have seen the Tonde car buses, you have seen PBD Matoke products. We are following each industrial value chain and at least putting a product on the market in a commercial approach. Number 5 is ambition and passion for excellence. This is one of the themes running through. Your Excellency, we have gotten away from sympathizing with ourselves as underdeveloped, and so we should simply focus on the periphery of small things. The world is now a global village, and no one, not even in Uganda, is going to buy poor quality products just because they are made in Uganda. So we must be ambitious, be innovative, and own intellectual property. We must aim to produce goods which are competitive first on the local market to displace similar imported goods, but also with demand on the international market. This means quality, standards, quantity, consistency. We have therefore adopted the tagline, Your Excellency, making Uganda the best. And when you see the STI people, they are wearing it around their hearts so that it is owned, making Uganda the best, including me. I have it here, close to the heart. We have adopted a value chain, a value system, which is abbreviated SCALED, meaning stewardship. We pledge absolute stewardship of any resources that has been given to us. And PSST, when you give us resources for one, we will be very dissatisfied if we produce one. We will be middle happy if we produce 2, and very happy if we produce 5 out of those resources. So we want to make sure that we optimize every single penny which is attached to us. Our second value is knowledge. We don't work just because somebody has said. We work because we are knowledgeable. And Your Excellency, when you interact with our team, they are very, very highly knowledgeable. Our third in that word SCALED is integrity, absolute integrity, not only in handling money, but in handling science, because nobody wants to use science which has been developed by corrupt individuals. You imagine taking off on a plane where the engineer cheated 10% of the materials. I don't think you'll be happy. So we emphasize absolute integrity. Loyalty. Loyalty is we are extremely patriotic. We love Uganda. We love Uganda. We love East Africa. We love Africa. We are so patriotic. And collaboration is the other word. The second L is from collaboration. We work in a collaborative way and we go out of our way to make the partners comfortable. Enterprise. We are entrepreneurial and very innovative in everything we do. I hope, Your Excellency, you and the team which has come can feel the innovativeness in the organization of this exhibition. And lastly, development. We are development oriented. We don't want to do things at the same level over 2 seasons. So next year, we want to promise you something at a very high level compared to this. You will find something different and very much higher than this. The other thing we must have as Ugandans is we must be audacious. We should not tiptoe around issues. We emphasize Pan-Africanism and working together with our sister countries. And Your Excellency, as you have heard this year, we have worked in collaboration with ISTICO. They selected Uganda to host the first ever Youth Innovation Forum, which has been going on parallel to this activity, and we have had cross-participation, and today we are blending together. The last issue is taking advantage of emerging opportunities. Your Excellency, the world is at 2 momentous opportunity-generating junctures. and Uganda will choose to remain in the developing world or to jump on the other side. One, the impact of COVID, which opened up a lot of opportunities. We can sympathize with ourselves so we can take the opportunities. The second is the energy shift from fossil fuels to green energy. We refuse to sympathize with ourselves and wait for others to develop technologies. We want to position Uganda as a technology generating country for the green economy. So we are not only looking at ourselves, we are looking at what does the world need, which we should produce ahead of time. Your Excellency, where are we going? Our next big target is one, we want to usher the products that we have seen in these innovations onto the market. These were selected carefully because they were market ready, the majority of them. So we are going to be working very busy to help to support these innovations to start to enter the market. Secondly, we have held off working on policies because we wanted to have a clearer idea of where we are going and where we are focusing. So we are going now this year to begin to bring a lot of policies to cabinet and some laws to Parliament, to Cabinet and Parliament. Number three, we really need, and I'm glad I heard PSST, we really need Minister of Finance and National Planning Authority to strengthen the implementation and execution of program-based planning, because STI cannot work when we are working in silos. If we can emphasize, we still have a little bit of silo which fragments the work. So if we can really strengthen this, this will be very good for us. The other thing is, yes, we have had our scientists, their salaries have been enhanced. We still have a little bit of grumbling among pockets of scientists. However, our biggest need now is we have concerns, some of which we cannot discuss here, including security concerns, that would request Your Excellency to discuss with His Excellency the President. The scientists would love an interface with him to have some of these issues discussed so that our scientists can work in peace and comfort. Your Excellency, yesterday during the national debate, it was clear that for us to take our products to the global market, we needed to brand Uganda. If you agree with me, it was very loud. We need to brand Uganda because our products need to access the global market. It's therefore our prayer that we start a massive, well-coordinated, deliberate effort to brand our country. This effort should focus and engage the whole of government, not just an agency. All of government. We need a branded Uganda as the best. Our part, we have started as STI, as you witnessed by this exhibition, and if we are working on very high quality products, those products need to be accompanied by a national brand. We request that these efforts are initiated. I would like to end by once again expressing my heartfelt appreciation, one, to the different sectors that have worked with us to participate. The ministries, there are many. The ministries, many here. I will make mention, Minister of Agriculture, NARO, they have been here. Minister of Works, UNRA, they have been here. And the Road Licensing Unit, they have been here. Minister of Energy, Minerals Development, they have been here. Minister of Education, they have been here. And a lot of agencies, let me not miss one, but a lot of agencies. I want to thank you for trusting us and for coming to work. I also want to thank my colleagues, the ministers, who have supported these agencies to come and work with us. And we are not, this is not a one-off thing. This is the way we wish to work. I want to thank my staff, the team. They have worked so hard. STI